Hi students, our study today about the average cost. It can be noted either by C bar of Q, this is most often used, or C big M of Q. It's the total cost over number of products. By its definition, average cost is the total cost divided by the number of products sold. The unit of Cm of Q or C bar of Q is unit of C over unit of Q. So it's always unit of C over unit of Q. And the total cost here, if you do cross multiply, is Q times the average. So total cost is Q times the average. And the unit of the total cost will be, in that case, unit of Q times unit of the average cost. Okay. So let us take a problem. Given the total cost is Q squared minus 4Q plus 5, where Q is in hundreds of units, and CT here it's given CT of Q, so directly the average cost, it will be unit of C over unit of Q. So 1000 over 10, it must be 1000 over 100, it must be 10. Q is between 0 and 8. Find the cost of producing 500 units. So we do C of 5 and we multiply it by 1000. It will be 10,000. Then evaluate the average cost. Here the average cost, it will be the 10,000 divided by what? By the 500 units. So each product will cost $20. Find the number of units to be produced for the cost is minimum. Then evaluate that cost. Since we don't have table of variation, so we do derivative equal to 0. So Q equal to 2. So we do 1000 C of 2, which is 1000, and we take also the boundary. C of 0 will be 5000. It will be 5000, and C of 8, it will be 37,000. So, and I want the minimum, so it is at 200 units, which is 1000. If the question was the maximum, it will be at 800 units and is 37,000. Now they want the average cost function. So the average cost C bar of Q is total cost over Q, so it's Q squared minus 4Q plus 5 over Q, and the unit is the unit of C of Q over Q, as we said, 1000 over 100 is 10. Deduce the average cost for 300 units. So here what do we do? C bar of 3, we replace here Q by 3, and we multiply by unit of 10. Since the unit of C bar is 10, it will be $6.67. Now the question, for what value of Q is the average cost minimum? So we do the average cost. This is U over V, so it's 2Q minus 4 times the Q minus 1 into Q squared minus 4Q plus 5 over Q squared equal to 0. You don't take the minus. Number of products cannot be negative, and Q is between 0 and 8. So we do 10 C bar of radical 5 here. The unit is 10, don't forget. So 10 we replace by C bar of 5. You're going to get $4.70. Since I want they want the minimum, so I take also the boundary, which is 0 and 8. So C0 here undefined, we don't take it. C bar of 8, it's 46.25. They want the minimum, so the minimum is at 4.72, and which is at 200. Radical 5 rounded to 10 power minus 2 is 2.24 times 100. It will be 224 units, and the value is $4.72. Each product is sold at $50, where 20% are defective. Find the revenue. So revenue, the price as it is times the Q, it's in 100. Q is in 100 times 0.8, and the revenue is in 1000 divided by 1000, so it's 4Q. Find the profit function, then deduce the maximum profit. Profit is revenue minus cost. This is the revenue, this is the cost. You have this one. The maximum derivative equal to 0. So at 4, we take the boundary. So 1000 P of 4, if you replace it here, 11,000. Here it's minus 5,000. So and you have here the boundary, which is 8. It is minus 5,000. So here it's loss, here loss. So the maximum is at X equal to 400 units, and its value is 11,000. Another problem you have here, it's given the average cost from beginning of X100, where the cost is in millions. So the cost is in millions. Since the cost is in million, So the average cost, unit of average, is the average of cost over Q, the unit of cost. The unit of cost is in million, and that of X is in hundreds. So it is, the average cost units will be 10 power 4. Now find the average cost of producing 500. So as we said, million over 100, so it's 10 power 4. We replace here by 5 because X is in 100, so you have 28,000 Lebanese lira. Find the cost function. We know that if you do cross multiply, as we said, total cost is Q or X, since it's in X now, X C bar of X. So we multiply this one here by X, so X and X cancel out. We're going to get X squared minus 2X minus 1. Find the number of units produced for which the cost is 2.5 million. So we must equate this to 2.5 because the cost is in million. So we have an equation of second degree. So we're going to have one of the roots will be rejected, which is negative. So X will be rounded to 10 power minus 2. So it will be 3.12 times 100. So it's 312 units. Now what does million R of 2 minus 2 C bar of 2 represent? We have here 2 C bar of 2. We know that total cost is X C bar. So as if we have here 200 C bar of 200, which is the total cost of 200. So this is the revenue minus cost, and the revenue minus cost R of 2 minus C of 2, this is the profit. Profit is revenue minus cost from selling 200 units. Suppose the revenue from selling 300 units is 10 million. So here they gave us, suppose the revenue from selling 300 units, so they said that R of 3 is 10. Evaluate the profit. So we know that the profit is revenue minus cost. This is in million. Okay, so C R of 3 is 10, and we need to find C of 3. To find C of 3, we replace it here. It's 9 minus 6 minus 1, so it's 2. So the answer is 8 million. Similarly, we have average profit function. The average profit, either you put it as bar or PM of Q, at the total profit over Q, and the unit, as we said, like in the average cost, at the unit of P over the unit of Q. Average revenue, the same story, bar or RM of Q, it's RT of Q over Q. But these are rarely we use average profit and average revenue. Most of the time we use average cost. Thank you for listening, and see you in class.